Today I'd like to talk to you about a great calligraphy gift idea, either for yourself or for somebody that you know is into calligraphy, or even just art in general, because calligraphy is the art of letters. But it's Modern Calligraphy by Molly Thorpe. As far as I know, Molly was really the first one to pioneer the modern calligraphy book. So if you look on Amazon right now, there's so many modern calligraphy books out there, and Molly's was the first and still my favorite, to be perfectly honest, because she starts off with some great information and letters, and she gives you all this inspiration to try things. So you've got in here, she talks about writing with coffee, she talks about writing with watercolors, writing with gouache. So I think that this book is very expansive as far as calligraphy goes, because it's not like, hey, there's only one way to do it. And then she's got a bunch of inspirational photos of things that she's done. One thing that I think is really interesting, here's the coffee, about Molly is that she doesn't prefer to use an oblique pen when she writes, which is pretty interesting because a lot of right-handed calligraphers do like to use that right oblique pen. So I just think that's kind of cool about her. But let me show you a couple of projects and then I'll let you go. Watercolor place cards, super cool. So if you're having like a little gathering for Christmas with your family, that would be neat. Even if it's just your household, you know, it feels so special to have place cards. And then there's a couple of projects in here that totally inspired me. I love this. Granted, we're not having a lot of events right now, but so this is a thumbprint guest book. So people will come to your event and then make a thumbprint with a stamp pad there and write their name beside it. And then you can frame that, which I just think is genius. So yeah, I love this book, and I think it's great to keep in mind for the holiday. I think Molly deserves a huge shout out for being ahead of her time here in writing it. It was a huge inspiration for me when I was just starting calligraphy. So I hope that if you haven't checked this book out, you will. I'm sure it's available to read on your Kindle if you prefer to read books electronically, but yeah, just a little show and tell.